All right, back. Marcy Sports Talk. We're in the building. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the videos. And there's rumors that the Warriors may trade Draymond Green. Okay, saying that they might just look to get younger, get draft picks, get assets. So let's talk about it. We back. Marcy Sports Talk once again. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. And I thought it was gonna be D'Angelo Russell. You know what I'm saying? Because that was the thing. Once Klay Thompson was supposed to come back, a lot of people speculated that the Warriors might trade D'Angelo Russell. But now it seems that, you know, there's been some strong talk about them trading Draymond Green. But, you know, should the Pistons be interested? I guess the Pistons was willing to give Draymond Green a max contract a few years ago. That was the rumor. And they want to bring Draymond Green back to the state of Michigan. You know, he's from Saginaw, and the Michigan State Spartans are retiring his jersey pretty soon. You know, Draymond, it's kind of funny, Draymond and Blake Griffin playing next to each other. You know, Draymond can guard threes. He can guard, you know, some fives. He can guard a little bit of the two. You know, Blake can play the three. He can play the four. He can play a little bit of five. So I think it could work. But really, you know, what do you give up to get Draymond Green is the question. I mean, me personally, I still wouldn't give up Andre Drummond for Draymond Green. You know what I'm saying? I would need more than Draymond Green for Andre Drummond. Now, he just signed a new extension, too, this year. I think it's like 3-4 year extension for like $100 million. It's $100+ million. I don't know if I wouldn't trade Andre for Draymond straight up. You know what I'm saying? I would need more. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, basically, they want draft picks, you know. I just look at D'Angelo Russell. You know, I would want D'Angelo Russell more. If I can get both, I would go for both. Then I can throw Andre Drummond in the deal. But I'm just looking to get, you know, younger and more explosive on the perimeter if I'm the Pistons. And D'Angelo Russell fits that bid. Now, Blake Griffin and Draymond Green, at this point in their careers, basically do the same thing. Blake handles the ball. Draymond handles the ball. I think Blake Griffin is looking more to score than Draymond Green. You know what I'm saying? I think Draymond is looking to facilitate. But I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I really wouldn't just trade Draymond for Andre straight up. That's just something that I don't know why. It's just something I'm not feeling. You know what I'm saying? I would want something more in return from them. And obviously the Warriors are looking for some more in return for Andre Drummond. But I think it could work. You know, I think it could work if you can keep Dre and Blake with Draymond. I think it could work. I think Draymond is exactly what Andre Drummond would need. You know what I'm saying? I think, you know, Draymond will elevate his play. Draymond knows how to get Drummond the ball. He know how to facilitate. He'll make the game easier. And also, it'll get the Pistons a good perimeter defender, and it'll get the Pistons a good defender overall. He will instantly come in and be the best defender on the team. You know what I'm saying? He'll instantly come in and give the Pistons that Rick Mahorn, Bill Laimbeer bad boy image. You know what I'm saying? They need that type of toughness. The Pistons don't have an identity. You know what I'm saying? What do they hang their hat on? They don't know. Draymond will actually inject toughness and a strong attitude into this franchise, man. So that's one thing I like about bringing Draymond on. Now, who you deal for Draymond, you know, is the question. But if I had my preference, I would want D'Angelo Russell first, because it ain't that, you know, D'Angelo is a better player, which I think he is, you know, offensively. It's just that you look at our guards, other than Derrick Rose, you know, who really any good? You know, I like Markieff. I've been forgetting to mention Markieff Morris. I like what he bringing to the table, but he more of a forward. I like Blake, you know, but he more of a forward. Like, what guard? Like, you know, I would like to see Hifi play more. You know what I'm saying? Tony Snell, he can be a forward guard. I just don't know, you know, if he's a long-term solution. You know, Reggie Jackson, I don't know. Bruce Brown, I don't think so. Luke Kennard, he more aggressive this year, but, you know, I'm not married to him. You know, I'm not saying, oh, he's untouchable. So at the end of the day, you know, if the Pistons can pull out a 3-team trade or pick off a trade that is satisfied with the Warriors want, I wouldn't be mad if I can get Russell and Draymond, and I only got to give up Reggie, Drummond, a Tony Snell, a Luke Kennard. As long as I can keep Blake Griffin and D Rose right now, and I can add D'Angelo Russell and Draymond Green to both of them. I mean, come on, man. You know, you put Russell and Draymond with Blake and D Rose. You know, I think that's special. You know, I do. I really do think that's special. You know, obviously, if I'm the Pistons, I would want like Willie Cauley-Stein in return to play the middle. Him and Christian Woods can anchor the middle. You know, but Thon Maker really not a 5. You know, I think they misutilizing Thon Maker, but that's more talk for another day. But if I can get Draymond and D'Angelo Russell, man, I would mortgage the immediate future. I mortgage the next 2 drafts. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, one thing else I wanted to talk about, too, is that, man, how did we miss on Kendrick Nunn? That guy from Oakland University, man, you can't be letting local talent, you know, slide through the cracks. You know, when the Pistons trying to, you know, build with the lack of resources or the lack of money, they trying to build the team, you know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to miss on the guy at Oakland University that went undrafted. I mean, Kendrick Nunn is phenomenal. Now, he went to Illinois. He played with Jabari Parker at Simeon High School where Benji Wilson went. You know, that's the famous Chicago ball player that got killed. You know, some boys killed him, I guess, trying to rob him, whatever. And him and Jabari Parker went there and won like 4 state championships, and they both got their jerseys retired while in high school. Kendrick Nunn went to Illinois. He got kicked off the school because he caught a battery charge. Ended up going to Oakland University, only finishing, he was the Horizon Player of the Year. He only finished second in scoring to Trae Young his last year. And I think one of his last years in college at Oakland University. And, man, he is phenomenal, dude. I mean, he had blue chip pedigree. Now, I don't understand why more of the Chicago kids in Illinois, you know, in Chicago don't go to Illinois University. I would love to ask some of my Chicago brothers why that is, you know, but Illinois ain't been good since they had D. Brown and Darren Williams in them and Luther Ellis. I remember that whole little team they had, but was it Luther Head, one of the two? Luther Head, I think it was. But you know, Kendrick Nunn is somebody that the Pistons are supposed to get. You know, despite his history, people make mistakes. Like the Detroit Lions, they don't want anybody that had a bad history, but guess what? It's people on the Lions team that didn't had a bad history, that committed misdemeanors, that committed felonies, that never just get caught. It's to the point, can you sit down, meet with the guy, and figure out, you know, are you gonna make this mistake again, or did you learn from your mistake? And if you get the feeling, you feel his energy, and you feel his vibe, like he sincerely sorry, then you got to go ahead and try it, man, because there's no point that you got guys you didn't want to pick up. The kid from USC, I forget his name. He got drafted to the Cavs. You know, you didn't want to pick up him because he had a little bit of trouble. You traded a first round pick that you got for Tony Snell for additional second round draft picks, which was mind blowing. Like, what are you doing? You know, the Pistons, you don't have the luxury of trading down or getting cash. You needed that kid right now. That guard from USC. He playing a little bit for I don't know, I forget his name. He playing a little bit for Cleveland, but can he be any worse than Bruce Brown? You know what I'm saying? Can he be any worse than Bruce Brown? You know, can he be any worse than Reggie? You needed that kid. And then for you to miss on a guy like Kendrick Nunn, and somehow he slipped through the cracks, you know, and you didn't want to get him. I mean, he looked phenomenal. He dropped 40 plus in the preseason game. Last night, he was looking like the real deal Holyfield, you know, down there versus the Atlanta Hawks. They didn't have Trae Young, but he looking like he's starting down in Atlanta. I mean, he's starting down there with Miami, you know? And, you know, at the end of the day, the Pistons can't be letting talent slip like that, especially local talent. He went to Oakland, right in your backyard, you know? I know they ain't in the Palace of Auburn Hills no more, but that's right in your backyard. You were supposed to bring him in. Like, he better than every guard you got not named D. Rose. Even Luke Kennard, he looked more comfortable than he do. But, you know, it is what it is. Let me know what y'all think about the Kendrick Nunn talk, what y'all think about the Draymond Green trade and possibly trade for Draymond and D'Angelo Russell. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to check my other channel out. for more sports, music, entertainment, and much, much more. Motor City Sports Talk. It's Goodfella Sports TV. Check it out, Goodfella Sports TV. 3 words. But other than that, want to make a donation, just share the video. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you got a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Appreciate the love, support, man. Keep sharing the videos. One time for the one time we gone.